else did we forget? Face without working. Mortis.
Hey there, I guess I finally remembered the password to my YouTube channel. Now I know, I haven't uploaded in 3 months. Yes, I know the last recap video was in December, and I am more than 6 months behind. Yes, I know that I am a very inconsistent content creator, but I assure you, I was doing some important shit. Trying to reach Tekken guy with Brian ain't an easy task, but nonetheless, I'm back in the vortex once again. I know you guys missed me, and I missed you too. Now about these recaps going forward, like I said, I am more than 6 months behind since the last episode in December. Not only that, but I'm still in the middle of an ongoing documentary series that's slowly draining my life force. So what that means for me in the future of this series, I'm gonna have to put the burners on to cover these topics at a much faster rate. So basically the point that I'm getting at is that for this recap, I can't be lingering on a specific topic for too long. Otherwise, this video is going to be over 2 hours long, and it's going to be that much tougher to catch up to present feel. And for obvious reasons, any mention of the documentary with Mike Clone will be cut out for the month of January. This will save us a lot of time, and I already have an entire 1 hour long video covering everything that happened with as much detail as I could possibly squeeze in. So with all that being said, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. We are so close to the milestone of 20k subs, and I want to take a quick second to thank all of you who have joined the ride so far. And I can't forget to mention the people who somehow find me so entertaining that you're willing to pay me for it. I couldn't do it without you guys. So without further ado, it's time to hop back into the lore of DarkSydePhil. So at the beginning of January 1st to be exact, Phil had this idea to rebrand one of his old channels, KO Gaming, to a new channel called DSP Throwback. What Phil was intended for this channel was reposting all of his classic playthroughs with upscale quality and edited to give whatever recent viewer he was able to indoctrinate a look into all the classic DSP moments we was able to cherish throughout the years.
What? I hit the girl. Fuck this stupid fucking mission. What are they expecting of me here? Like, what am I missing? What am I missing? Fuck. How are people able to jump up here? Look, I can't jump up here. It doesn't make sense. My thumb is fucking killing me for pressing jump so much. I'm not even kidding. My thumb is killing me. I didn't even fucking do that. Wow, you're not gonna believe it. I figured it out. Thank you to my Twitter followers. This game has a bugged jumping mechanic. What you need to do is jump, and while you're jumping, crouch. And if you crouch while you're jumping, you can actually do jumps. What the hell's a crouch jump? See, I just did it. I jumped and crouched mid-jump, and it worked. What the fuck did they do?
Let's give the noodles a taste, and let's see what those taste like. And try to get a spoon. Oh wow, it's even hard to get a spoon of noodle. Look, it's incredibly difficult to get a spoon of noodle out of it because they all pull away from you. I might need a fork.
Phil also explained that this wasn't going to be a solo endeavor. Phil is apparently a very busy guy if you haven't noticed. So he made the decision to recruit some of his fans to work on the whole editing process and upscaling the videos to something slightly better than potato.
What I've actually done is enlisted the help of some people who are going to make these playthroughs more modernized. For example, I want to re-upload Final Fantasy 13 here, but I want to make it longer parts. So imagine combining the first 3 or 4 parts of that playthrough into one video, running it through an editor with all kinds of tweaks, making it a little bit less fuzzy, making it a little bit more high definition than that old 720p camera used to be. In addition, maybe enhancing the audio and things like that. Still the same gameplay, still the same commentary, but the videos will be longer, look better, and have thumbnails. So you can easily find where you were in a playthrough and stuff like that. That would be awesome, no? Completely kind of giving a whole remaster upgrade to my classic Lost Media playthroughs.
Now we all know the type of person that Phil is, and how shady that nigga likes to get down. So of course, we all know he wasn't paying those fans a damn thing to work on those videos. A proper thank you is the best form of payment as those dudes were ever gonna get. And I ain't mad about it, because everyone should know at this point that if you end up doing something beneficial for DSP, nothing good is ever gonna come from it.
Fact of the matter is, folks, it doesn't really affect me because guess what? I mean, I got the chair. I got the chair already.
But I guess the funniest part about this whole old school DSP revival was Phil stressing over the more raunchy and racist jokes he's made in the past. Of course, his go-to excuse was blaming his behavior on marketing his content towards the teenage audience.
Now, obviously, one thing that's not going to change is the commentary. And the commentary over there is very different because this is from like 14 years ago. Back then, YouTube was a different place. I was a different kind of person and creator. I was essentially making content for teenagers. So it was very irreverent, very immature, using language that I definitely would not be using today. And just for the record, the reason that that kind of commentary was used back then is very simple. I came from the Street Fighter community. And in the FGC or Street Fighter community back then, language was ridiculous. You know, it really felt like a fraternity, like a good old boys club, like a rite of passage was to basically be verbally abused. Like it was just part of that, okay? Words were thrown around, and the thing was, no one took offense when these words were used. Today, you use those words just in public. People are like, what's wrong with you? Like, do you have problems? Like, why are you saying these awful things? But back then, it was just common language that was used, okay? So there's definitely words that are deemed offensive, right? That are in the commentary. And there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to go back after the fact and completely change all the commentary on that stuff, all right? It is what it is. That's why there's a disclaimer at the beginning of the playthrough that says the language and everything is not representative of the current day thoughts and attitudes of this gamer. And even in the description of every video I upload on that channel, it now says, FYI, this content is over a decade old. It's representative of a bygone era on YouTube, so don't take offense. This is not something that would be done today, okay?
But Phil's attempt at trying to come off as a person who's grown out of edgy humor was negated by the fact that he did reaction streams to his old playthroughs and laughed at those same jokes he's told in the past. But maybe I'm the one that's tripping. This is a mature adult after all. So as for the Throwback channel, the views are currently pretty lackluster. But in the grand scheme of things, this channel was nothing more than Phil trying to rehash on his old content and make more YouTube money with as little possible effort as he could put in. Now we're going to be skipping over a good majority of everything that happened in January of this year, as a lot of it had to do with the whole Mike Klum documentary. But another little interesting thing that happened in the month of January was Phil getting bombarded by a huge number of YouTube memberships. When this started, Phil was pretty ecstatic, because he thought he had found a new well to line his pockets with gifted memberships. Or maybe it was only iced coffee on one of his 10,000 fucking alternate accounts. Regardless, Phil was pretty happy.
Holy moly, seriously? I just got gifted 50 memberships. 50 memberships just got gifted to the channel. Wow. Nikita, thank you for gifting 50 memberships to the channel. There's so many, I don't think I can even call out these names. So, congrats to anyone who just got a gifted membership. Did Nikita just gift another 50 memberships to the channel? I think we just got gifted 100 memberships. If that's the case, because I don't know if that's a duplicate or not. I can't tell. Alright. But if that's the case, this would be the most memberships that we've had on this channel in years. I think Nikita just gifted another 50 memberships? Is that for real? This is insane. So this right here will be popping up for the rest of the podcast. It's not going to go away because that's going to pop up for every single person. So right now we have 150 gifted memberships. Another 50 memberships? Are you crazy? This person's insane. Thank you, whoever Nikita is. Wow, I think another 50 gifted memberships. Holy shit. Well, that's insane. So if 200, if that's the case and they all go through, which they might or might not, because with YouTube sometimes it's finicky when you gift that many. Hopefully everyone gets them. That would be the most memberships we've had in multiple years. I think the most memberships we ever had on this channel was around 1,000 or a few over 1,000. This would get us up to like 875. All right. So this would be close to the record. All right. I'm just going to let it roll. I'm going to continue on with my podcast because if I shouted these out, we wouldn't have a show. Thank you so much, Nikita. I mean, 200 freaking gifted memberships is insane. All right. We are now halfway through the countdown. Nikita has arrived and is gifting bombs of 50 memberships each. We just received 2 different membership bombs of 50 memberships on the chat tonight. So everyone who's here is apparently going to get a membership because we just got 100. All right. That's absolutely insane. You guys are going to see nonstop in the bottom down there. That message probably won't disappear for like a half an hour now. Okay. Thank you so much, Nikita. Nikita just dropped another 50 memberships on the chat. So 150 memberships tonight. Can you believe it? So congrats to everyone who's getting, there's too many names for me to shout out in the countdown, and the countdown must continue. Thank you, Nikita, for supporting DSP Gaming. Nikita just dropped another 50 memberships on the chat. If all 200 of those memberships stick, we are actually about to hit the record high number of members that we've ever had in this channel. That would be the most, because if we're over 1,000, I think we just had over 1,000, like 1,030 or something. We're at 1,070 something. That's the most we've ever had on DSP Gaming. All right. So it looks like perhaps those gifted memberships have gone through. Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, there were 200 memberships have counted. That means we have now hit a new record. 1,078 members here on DSP Gaming. That is by far the most I've ever had. Thank you so much to Nikita for the hundreds and hundreds of gifted memberships over the last couple of days. Thank you to everyone else who also is a member and everyone who supports my content in this channel. I really, really appreciate it. Hitting a record here tonight was not something that I was expecting. So thank you so much for that. Okay.
But it wasn't long before Phil realized that something fishy was going on with these memberships. That the person or people who was donating was being a bit too generous. Not only that, but the number of memberships he had wasn't correlating to more revenue for him to waste on Hulk Hogan pools.
Someone named Duty is supposedly gifting more memberships. That's what it says. Again, I hope that these stick, because here's the thing. The other day, for 2 days in a row, this channel received 200 gifted memberships. But according to YouTube, this was 3 days ago, they haven't, YouTube hasn't given me the revenue for them yet. And I don't know why. And I don't know if that means that YouTube is saying that maybe they're not legit and they're investigating. I don't know. YouTube doesn't say anything. They just haven't given me the revenue for them yet. So, whoever's getting these gifted memberships, please enjoy. Hopefully they stick. That'd be amazing if they do. But right now, I am kind of skeptical about these gifted memberships, especially from someone whose name is Duty. Like, the person's name is literally Duty, right? Now, an update on DSP Gaming. As you guys know, in the last week, this channel got a significant amount of support when it came to memberships. All right? On January 7th, someone named Nikita came onto this channel and gifted the community 200 memberships. That's amazing. But no one knows who Nikita is. Nikita didn't say a word in the chat. I don't recall Nikita ever communicating with anyone on this channel. It's just someone who came in and gifted this giant member bomb. And of course, people are very happy. A lot of people are using those memberships and getting the benefits, and that's excellent, right? The next day, January 8th, again, Nikita came onto this channel and gifted another 200 memberships. So that was 2 days in a row, 200 memberships. And FYI, for transparency purposes here on YouTube, the revenue per membership is between $2 to $2.50 per membership here on YouTube. Because the thing is, it's different dependent on the level, and it's different depending on each person, because each person on YouTube can price their memberships differently. But I keep my memberships cheap. So that was January 7th, January 8th. January 10th, okay, I was gifted another 100 memberships. This time around, this was from someone named Doody. Yes, Doody. And although people were like, oh, that might be the dude that we are detractor, that guy Doody who streams you and stuff. I think that was just a jab. I don't think that person is really that person. I think what it was, someone was taking a jab at a detractor, right? So another 100 memberships. So you're talking now, within the last week, 500 gifted memberships to the channel, which is why we're at what we're at right now. But there's a catch here. And this is something that I've been tracking all week. And you might have heard this morning when the stream was running, before I started talking to you guys and started the podcast, you were hearing the link. That was me talking with YouTube support. Okay? Why am I talking with YouTube support? Well, because today is January 13th. Okay? It's 6 days after that initial membership bomb from Nikita. I haven't gotten any revenue from that at all. Okay? I've been tracking my revenue statistics because I was curious, you know, what would I make from all these gifted memberships? How much will this help the channel this month? And I keep going back, and it shows you got them. They count towards the channel. But then when you go to revenue statistics, it's 0 for that. 0. You made nothing. And I'm like, what? Like, why did I make nothing? It doesn't make sense. And it's not just the January 7th member bomb. It's also the January 8th member bomb. It's also the January 10th member bomb. So, like, basically, whatever these member bombs were done in a way that YouTube, for some reason, isn't automatically just calculating and counting that revenue immediately.
So Phil puts on his thinking cap and comes to realize that all of these memberships were coming from a foreign currency, and the currency that was being used wasn't a high value, which means he couldn't make much of a profit. And you gotta love how Phil is when it comes to money. This dude can't follow a video game tutorial to save his fucking life, but he becomes a damn detective when something is messing with his finances. DSP also realized that these memberships were being given to him under people who were using troll names, and came to find out that whoever was doing this was using a VPN to appear like they was donating from a different country.
Okay? And you might say, exploit. Well, what's the exploit? All right? So here's what I'm to understand, and people can correct me on this because I only know of this from people telling me and through my research basically last night, where I found out through someone contacting me and telling me. This always happens too. People contact me behind the scenes and they'll be like, Phil, just so you know, someone sent me information and said, we have seen that there's this person who is bragging stupidly on various forums about doing this to you. All right. And what it is this exploit is that what they do is they use a VPN. So basically what people have found is that there's particular countries where if you go to YouTube under that country, okay, that location, YouTube's pricing is completely wrong. So basically what this person did is they used a VPN to log in as another country, and they went and bought hundreds of memberships for like pennies, right? So think about this. They bought 50 memberships, and if they did that in the United States, that would be like $4 times 50, that's $200. They were able to get it for like 50 cents because it's fucked up. It's completely broken. So they bought 200, then they used another account, they bought 100, and now this EX Hooligan did it and did 50. 550 memberships purchased via a VPN exploit that should not exist and has incorrect pricing, and they bought 550 memberships for like $2. So you might be like, so why didn't I see the revenue? Well, I did. I made $2 on all those memberships. So how would I even have known that's what it was? There's no way you could record that and it would make any sense. How would you know? Right?
And the country that was being used to send these memberships were from Argentina. And for those of you who are curious and want to know how much Argentina currency converts to American, well, it ain't fucking good, let's just put it that way. And once people saw how much this was getting to Phil, it only resulted in him receiving more gifted memberships that gave Phil next to no value in revenue.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I just got 50 gifted memberships, but it very well could be that these memberships are from someone who's abusing this VPN thing. And I don't know, because I don't know who this person is. Who is Crypto? Right? Has anyone ever heard of this person, Crypto? Because it's weird that the people who are doing these bombs, these member bombs, are people no one's ever heard of, right? Who is Crypto? Apparently this person has only made 5 shorts on YouTube. 5 shorts, that's it, right? Yeah, the bottom line is there's nothing that I can do to stop someone using this VPN bullshit to buy stuff on YouTube on the cheap. There's nothing I can do about it at all. That's YouTube's problem to fix, not mine. Did he? Scallop Potatoes, he literally said this is from Argentina. Did he? Oh, he did? Oh, okay. Enjoy your ban. Crypto is permanently banned and not coming back. So there you go. So anyone who got a gifted membership, enjoy. There's nothing we can do about it, but apparently I'm not getting credit for it. He literally said in chat, yeah, it's Argentina. I used a VPN. All right, go fuck yourself and enjoy never coming back. Okay.
This began to have an effect on his streams and caused him to even temporarily remove the membership pop-up from his layout.
Guys, there's nothing to figure out. All right? There's nothing to figure out. YouTube will continue to have this problem. This has been an ongoing problem with other people for ages. Just now it's making the rounds to me, I guess. Just ignore it. Yeah, just ignore it. I don't know what else to say. Like, every time I see it, I'm just going to turn off the pop-ups because they're not real. There's no reason to go crazy over it. It's not helping. It's basically, every time that they do one of those member bombs, it's a quarter for me. Like, I'm serious, like a quarter, like 25 cents. That's what I get for like a 50 member bomb. So, just ignore it, all right? Every time we see it, we'll ban the account. You know they're just going to make another one. Just ignore it. Just like every other trolling that goes on in here, stop giving it attention. Because the more you give it attention, that just makes idiots want to do it more. So just fucking ignore it and pay no attention to it, and we're all good, right?
And with Phil being the way he is, of course he had to tell the internet how much this was affecting his streams and his financial income. But when Phil does this sort of thing, it's an attempt to get the attention of his most loyal pay pigs. Think of it like his trump card, right? When the situation gets too much for him to handle, he's gonna light that wheelchair signal in the sky. This loophole in the membership payments will give Phil a perfect excuse to say that he's in a crisis situation, and without them stepping up with their wallets, he might be going out of business.
My problem this month is the trolls, and I don't like talking about that or admitting it, but they fucked with my income this month badly, all right? To give you some example, I looked at memberships, all right? So what I make typically in a month on channel memberships, and just, I could pull up the statistic right now, and this is not even an exaggeration, okay? So I go to earnings, I go to memberships. I am down this month over $1,000 in revenue because of the bogus gifted memberships on this channel. That in a normal month, people would have become members or renewed their memberships or gifted legit memberships, and it would have equated to over $1,000. And I don't have that now because these idiots came in with VPNs, abused the system, found the exploit, and gifted so many memberships to the channel that literally nobody is paying for a membership now. Okay? That's not good. That is awful, and that is going to seriously hurt me. But in truth, I absolutely need your help this week. I need this week to be a really great week for support. Because if it's not, I'm going to be down over $1,000 in memberships alone. Now, it's already a month where I'm behind on ad revenue, and that's okay. That's something that I'm used to happening every January. But never have I faced a situation where not only am I now down on that ad revenue, but now I've got another major chunk of my income missing because of these trolls, okay?
But DSP was able to come up with a solution against this Argentine revolution. It just so happens that the solution he came up with involves scamming his viewers. You see, the idea he came up with is basically raising the price of his other membership tiers while stripping away all of the other features of the standard membership besides emotes.
All right, guys, so I want to say thank you all to those who are ignoring the nonsense in the chat. So already people are asking valid questions, right? With this YouTube exploit going on and people who are able to gift insane amounts of memberships for like a penny, right? Obviously, this is going to destroy this channel if I allow it to happen. So I am going to fix this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and look at my memberships on this channel and have to reprice them so that basically now the gifted memberships won't affect people who can submit videos. All right. So what I will probably do is have standard members on this channel be cheaper, but literally do nothing. Like, standard members won't get a benefit. It'll just be access to the emotes and stuff like that. Okay. And what I'll probably do is I'll change it and I'll make it be the super supporter level is the level where you can submit videos for the show. But I'm going to change the pricing so the super supporter is now the same price as the standard member right now. Okay? So for those of you who've been members all along, you're not going to lose the ability to post up videos. It's going to be the same price and everything for you. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I need to fix it, right? I need to make it so that those of you who are already members, you don't have to pay any more money. You're going to pay the same amount you're paying right now to be a member, and you get to legitimately submit video clips just like you have all along, but you'll now be called a super member. And then all these standard members will basically be like, you know, the gifted ones. Because that's the way it works. Just so you guys know, on YouTube, you cannot gift higher than a regular membership. So no one would be able to do this exploit on super members or ultra members. They can only do it with the standard member, you see? So there you go. Duke, what are you talking about? He says, that means Derek and other legit members won't be able to nominate videos. That's not true at all. You get a regular membership. It'll be called a super membership now. It'll be the same price. So what are you talking about? That's not true. Because I can't have people I can't have 500-600 people submitting videos for the show. We'll never get through the show. You know what I mean? It'll take me hours to make the fucking playlist. I can't do that. And this is obviously not legit, right? This is nonsense. So it is what it is. Sadly, this is what happens when YouTube is lazy and doesn't fix their own problems, and then trolls exploit them. You know, I didn't create the situation. YouTube did and the trolls did, and now we just got to live in that world, and we got to adjust, okay? So I'll have to take a look at it.
And all I gotta say is, we all know how Phil is. If one of these dumbasses put money into this motherfucker's account and expected something good to come from it, then you get what you fucking deserve. But sidetracking away from that, on January 28th, we got a great moment of Phil completely melting down over people mocking him for comparing his life to the latest Like a Dragon game. Basically what Phil was going for with this comparison was the people in the game being blamed for something over the internet. And of course, Phil uses that as a way to talk about how he was treated poorly on Twitch, and how the detractors ran this fraudulent campaign against this poor, innocent soul. That Twitch banned him for no reason, and everything all of us have been saying about him is completely false, despite the fact that everything he said and done being backed up with video evidence. But I don't know, maybe I'm just using semantics. Anyway, when people started bringing up memes in his chat during his pity fest, Phil proceeded to throw a tantrum. Because of course, Phil doesn't like it when his chat is having fun, especially when it's at his expense.
You know, by the way, how about this? I don't know what the fuck idiots are talking about with memes and shit. Oh, it's like, he's just like me. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't follow your dumb fucking memes. So take your meme and shove it up your fucking ass, because I have the ability to make an observation that's factually fucking based. Just because I'm DarkSydePhil doesn't mean I get to ignore fucking facts that the characters in this game are going through what I go through on a daily fucking basis. Shut the fuck up. I'm not taking your shit. I don't care who the fuck it is. There's people in the chat right now. Oh, he's doing a meme. Oh, this is cringe. Shut the fuck up and eat it. Eat it. Give me your mailing address. I want to mail you a spoon so you can eat shit out of my fucking ass. I'm tired of people saying that because I am who I am, I can't say a factual observation. It's a fucking fact that the characters in that game are going through what I have factually gone through on a daily fucking basis for years. So shut the fuck up. I am not putting up with any of this shit ever again. You're gonna tell me I can't make a factual observation? How about you kiss my fucking ass and lick my balls? And I'm fucking pissed about it. Because I see this shit. Oh, he can't say that. Oh yeah? I can't say a fact? What fucking world do we live in that I can't say a fucking fact, you bitch? Enough is enough with this shit. Yeah, King be cruel. King be bitch. You're gonna say dumb shit like that in the fucking chat, and everyone else who said that too, because people in the comments, all my haters saying it in their videos. So now we know what you're watching every fucking day, right? You dumb fuck. Shut the fuck up. No one cares about your bitch ass memeable opinions. There's facts, there's reality, and then there's your bullshit world that you live in on the internet where you circle jerk each other with your conspiracy and your nonsense, and no one fucking cares about you except your circle jerking community. The problem is there's too many of you. There's too many fucking idiots. And enough is enough with this shit. It's time to call it out. Just because I'm one of the most abused people on the internet doesn't mean I don't get to make a factual observation. I can say whatever the fuck I want, and you like it, or you shut the fuck up. Now, you got a problem with that? Test me, bitch. Because I'm not putting up with it anymore. I'm not. I'm not gonna have people come in here on my streams and in fucking other videos and say, oh, he's just, oh, look, I'm like him, just like me, and him. Shut the fuck. No one even knows what you're talking about. I've never even heard the meme before because I'm not an asshole. I'm not a fucking dumbass, mouth drooling idiot. I don't follow the dunces follow on the internet. It's my life I'm talking about, right? And it's true. Follow the plot of this game. This is exactly what I've gone through. I've lost tons of business opportunities. I've lost the ability to branch out on the internet as a content creator. Tons of people, hundreds of thousands of people will never check out my content because all they hear is conspiracies about me, right? What they'll do is now they'll take this actual segment of my podcast out of context and just show, look, Phil abuses his viewers by swearing at them, instead of actually showing the reason I'm doing it. That people are mistreating me, that people are being horrible to me and my family and everyone else. And then when I finally call it out, oh my God, look, in the game it's happening just like what happened with me. Oh, that's so cringe that he would say that. He'd think he's such a big egotistical. Egotistical? How is it ego-fucking-tistic?
And karma always finds its way back to biting Phil in his ass. Someone the next like a dragon stream. He was starting to notice a severe lack of support, to the point where no one was tipping at all.
Now, guys, just going to say this one more time. I'm not going to bring it up until the end of the stream. As I said yesterday, the problem when I play JRPGs is literally that for some reason, we get lower attendance, lower engagement, and lower support. Engagement, you guys have been pretty good. Support, haven't gotten a single tip basically since we started the gameplay. I think there has been one super chat all day, and everything else has been fake memberships that don't count. So this is the point I'm making, is that I like this game. I would love to play this as daytime streams. I literally can't do this as a daytime stream if it's dead all the time. So this is going to just have to become a night stream, and there's nothing I can do about it.
And to Phil, money is the ultimate motivator. So this drought in revenue motivated Phil to come out with this bullshit apology, in the hopes that people will continue to support his playthrough.
Basically, you know, I've been stressed out lately. You know I have been. For many different reasons, some of which are public, some are not. All right? There's been stuff going on in my life, both here on the streams that you're well aware of, because I've made you well aware of it, as well as stuff going on in my private life, and it stressed me out recently, you know? Everything combined at once. It's like we've been talking about recently. When it rains, it pours. It's not just, oh, here's a few things that happen over time, so they're easy to handle. No, instead it just has to be everything, all at once, right thrown in your face, and somehow you're supposed to juggle all of it and deal with all of it all at the same time, right? Basically, we're in a situation where anything that happens on these streams can affect anyone in this community, right? So I get that, you know, and I'm learning, and I'm a human who gets really stressed out sometimes. And so I just want to start off today apologizing for any stress that I may have relayed onto you in the last week. That's on me for being nervous, for being, like I said, at my wit's end for various different reasons. And then, you know, then things all happen at once and everything explodes and everything hits the fan. And it's like, now what do you do to fix it? Oh, you just can't. There's nothing you can do. Oh, that's great, you know, because, you know, it's only my life. You know, it's not like this is a video game. It's like, oh shit, you know, I'm playing and things are really going bad this run. That's okay. I'll just respawn with my next life. Oops. Oh, this is real life. There's no respawning of a next life, right? You just have to deal with what's going on and somehow make do. And the truth is that I'm in a unique situation where I'm put under a microscope constantly. And unfortunately, I'm not allowed to say and do things that other people can do, right? Like, any other person can make an observation about something and be like, hey, that's kind of like me. I see myself in that. That's pretty crazy. It's like fourth wall breaking. I'm playing a game and I see a connection to my real life. And most people can say that and that's fine. But if I say that, you have 20,000 jackasses who then spin it into something like, oh, he's egotistical, he's this, he's that. What are you talking about? It's a simple factual observation that any human should be able to make, but I'm not allowed to make it because I'm the devil, right? I'm the villain. So I can't just do normal stuff. I'm not allowed, right? And there's not much I can do about it, all right? So it's life, and I want to get better, meaning I want to not be putting that towards you guys, you know, if I can avoid it.
But since Phil sticking to his word is harder than me anytime a Pog walks by, it didn't take long for him to renege on this apology and continue to repeat those same actions. But moving on, late January is also where we saw the release of Tekken 8. And despite what some of the old school players feel about certain mechanics and Namco's scummy DLC marketing, I think it's one of the best Tekken titles to date. It's the first Tekken game I've gotten into, and I think I'm making pretty decent results, despite what my brother thinks.
Like cats like this nigga not fucking good. This is, you could just out fucking press me, nigga. Like that shit driving me. Fuck. No, if I ever got this cast, nigga, it's your fucking fault, bro.
Sorry, bro.
And that's annoying, bro. Like, it's annoying. Like, Brian can just press fucking buttons for years. Like, he just keep pressing fucking buttons. That shit beat out every string that I got, bro. Don't worry about it, man. God damn, bro. You got 6 fucking wins because you just pressing fucking buttons. It's not like I'm just getting my ass whooped. This nigga just out punching me. Like, I'm just getting out punched, literally. I can't outfight the nigga. This is not my fucking fault. I can't outfight the nigga. God damn.
And since Phil has to keep this illusion of being a professional fighting game player, he of course had to jump on it. Regardless of the fact that he's primarily a 2D fighter player, and is only really decent at one fighting game franchise. So the results were pretty much expected, and Phil was getting that ass clapped all the way to February.
Can't even get up. I can't even get up against her. I literally can't get up. I still can't get up. I still can't get up. That's not what I did. Spam! Again, just spamming. Literally just spamming. Spam again! Are you shitting me? He's gonna win off just spamming buttons. Oh my god, that's so bad. Literally not timing anything. I'm just keep kicking. I'm gonna keep kicking online. And it hits me. Every fucking button hits me. Again, lack of character knowledge, terrible connection. I don't know what to do to stop the kick spam. The kick spam is powerful as shit. He's kicking. What am I doing? I'm not trying to attack or anything. He's just hitting me anyway. I mean, I don't know what to do to get. It's fucking stupid. Mash punch and lag. I can't do anything. He's just mashing. He sees the lag when I hit the wall, and he mashes buttons. What a fucking scrub. What the fuck, man? Yes, mash again. Fucking shitty ass internet. Now his jabs beat everything I do, yep. He's just jab, look. Fucking ridiculous how much he's getting away with. He's not earning any hits. Look at the lag. Again, I can't do anything. What the fuck just happened? What happened? I'm in the middle of a kick. The kick doesn't come out and he gets a fucking spam throw. Fuck this laggy dude. Dude, he sucks. He literally did nothing. He didn't even know what he was doing. All he did was spam fucking laggy punch with his idiotic fucking bad internet connection. He fucking sucks ass. You didn't earn a single fucking hit against me, you laggy moron.
But moving into February, we start the month off with Phil having a little scare, thanks to the detractors threatening to sue him over false copyright strikes. Now basically Phil's reply was how he plays this every time. He just denies everything and claims that a troll stole his basic information and did it. He has to tell everyone that he has never copyright struck a channel or gotten one taken down.
All of a sudden, a bunch of my detractors or haters or whoever it is, they get hit with these false strikes. They get very upset, all right? And they immediately get upset with me, even though I'm not involved with it and I have nothing whatsoever to do with it, okay? So they start yelling at each other. They start yelling at me, and then they start threatening, all right? Oh, you better take action. You better get these cleared up. It's in your name, therefore it's your responsibility. Every statement there is wrong. Literally every statement made is incorrect, okay? Just because someone impersonates you doesn't mean you're legally responsible for what they did. That's identity theft. What are you talking about? That's a crime. If someone takes my identity and impersonates me and does malicious things with my identity, that is a federal crime. That's not a crime against me. That's them committing the crime. So once again, here we go. This is the yearly time that I will remind everyone. I'll say it publicly right here on the podcast, and you can clip this and you can use it. I, Phil Burnell, do not hit anyone with copyright takedowns or strikes. I do not. I don't pay attention to anyone's content outside of my own. I'm not aware of who on a daily basis is using clips from this channel or any of my other YouTube channels for any purpose, good, bad, or otherwise. I don't care.
Now, a similar situation happened to him last year, and this caused him to show his YouTube flag history, which showed that he indeed placed copyright strikes on detractor channels. And let us not forget that whole meltdown he had on Twitter about Tekken coming back to make fun of him, and he was blatantly telling people to get him removed from Twitch. But of course, he deleted those tweets. So in Phil's world, that never happened. But I 100% believe that Phil has people doing these copyright strikes for him. They use simple information, and it gives Phil an easy alibi to claim that he wasn't the one behind these false flags. But despite everything, no lawsuit came from this, nor do I think one ever will. Moving on February 7th, Phil's little war in Argentina continued on, as he was hit with yet another membership bomb.
Some people are real slow on the uptake. Like maybe in 4 years they'll figure it out, you know? There's no way to get rid of the gifted sub notification. When people gift subs, it just happens. Like you're seeing that right now. I can't stop that. Yeah. There's nothing I can do about that at all. That's, again, one of the major shortcomings of YouTube is that you don't have a lot of control over anything. They have very limited chat, limited everything. And so I can't stop those messages from appearing in the chat. I wish I could. I can't. So you just got to ignore it. And it goes away in a few minutes. It's not that big of a deal.
Another thing I love about this whole Argentina saga is that he calls them fake memberships. Yet the people that were gifted memberships could in fact use the emotes and everything he had set up, which proves that they are legit. Phil only considers them fake because he can't make the money he wants off of it. Anyway, Phil brought Cat on for another co-op stream. To briefly summarize, DSP brought Cat back on his streams in January of 2024. Now if you go by his word, she made this decision completely by herself and didn't care what people thought about her current looks. On top of that, his decision to bring Cat back had nothing to do with the upcoming documentary with Mike Klum that he ended up canceling, which was going to be pretty in-depth and confirmed that he'll be coming over to personally film everything, which meant coming to visit the pig pen and exposing everything inside. But we all knew better. So in order to try to hang on to this lie that she made this decision all on her own, DSP announced that co-op streams with his wife might become a regular thing on his channel. But this facade was quickly abandoned, as Cat, just like the stream all the way back in October of 2018, left midway through. Phil was then left to sit there and cope, telling his viewers that Cat simply isn't built to be a streamer, like how she's built to intake copious amounts of food.
Alright, well, that's about it. I'll just see how much I can do in like the next 10 minutes. Baby, if you're tired, you don't have to stick around. If you're really sore and tired, you can go.
Yeah, I need to stand up.
Alright, go ahead. No, baby, no one's forcing you to be here.
I mean, you already know what you're doing, so.
Yeah, you can take off for the night. Just say goodbye to everyone, that's all.
Bye.
She's beat. Guys, you have to understand, Kat is not used to doing this. She is not a streamer in any capacity, right? So it's exhausting to her to do this. She's trying, you know, you guys wanted to see her be here part of gameplay, right? And she's doing her absolute best, but I totally get it.
But to be real, I don't blame her. Could you imagine sitting that close to Phil and having to deal with people like Derek constantly asking stupid ass questions? I'll be out of there faster than the time it takes for LTG to call somebody a stream sniper.
Je vais m'en charger.
Round one. Fight.
Stream sniper.
He then went on to further blame the chat for why she decided to leave, and even stated that co-op streams with Cat might be done entirely.
You know, when you get people in the chat who want to keep prying and asking silly questions, like for example, people are asking her about how she does her beauty stuff. Like, this is not a beauty stream. She's not going to sit here and talk to you about her skincare routines and how she does her makeup and stuff like that. It's supposed to be a fun co-op gameplay stream. Last time when we did it, earlier in the week, It was more first time doing it. It was more fun because it was the early stages of the Dondoko Island where everything's getting set up. You're having your first guest. You're doing your initial setup. It's a lot more interesting and fun, okay? And I'll be honest, people were excited to see her back. Remember, she hadn't been on a stream in a few weeks. So it was exciting to see her back. People had genuine, interesting questions and things like that, correct? But then, last night, not only are we coming back only a few days after the last co-op session, so it's relatively quick since the last one we did, but now the game is becoming way more grindy. I feel like this is probably the end of us doing that co-op. I don't think we're going to want to do it again. And I don't think I even want to do it myself again, solo. I don't think I ever want to go back and do Dondoko Island. That's that for that. But of course now, a couple things happen. Number one, it kind of sucks because this was the co-op we were planning to do for a bit. You know, it was supposed to be 10 to 15 hours. We only played 5. So we essentially did 1/3 of what we were hoping to do. We were hoping that this co-op would last a few weeks, and now it lasted 2 sessions, right? And now it's done. So number one, yeah, people were expecting a lot more co-op, and there's no co-op right now, right? That's number one. So number two, where do you go from here? Because right now, there really are no co-op games out or coming out that we're really interested in. Like, she has 0 interest in Helldivers, okay? So that's not happening. We talked about other games. Like, everyone keeps saying stuff like, what about It Takes Two and stuff like that? She's not interested in that. You know, we have to do something that we're going to be interested in so that it's not us sitting here being boring and just doing it for work. Again, that's what I'm emphasizing is if my wife's going to be involved in my content, it has to feel fun, it has to feel special, and it has to feel like something we're interested in. Not, oh, she's just coming here to go through the motions of pumping out a piece of content. Because then what happens is you're crossing over the realm of private, personal with work.
And I believe this just further proves that Kat's return was primarily for the documentary that never happened. And this was a way for her to scurry out of Phil's snot-infested vortex into the comfort of playing boring RPG games alone once again. And speaking of RPGs, on February 29th, Phil began the premiere stream of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But before we could get into the thrilling gameplay only someone like Phil could bring, Phil had to tell his fans that in preparations for this stream, one of his fans sent him a wig of the main character Cloud. So in typical Phil nature, instead of giving his viewers a break and doing something fun and silly, he of course had to put it behind a paywall. And it wasn't a simple goal either, like the gun of glasses. Nah, he was charging $150 to put that fucking wig on.
So if we do hit the hat goal today of tips, I'll put it on. Actually, I think what we should do, since this is so ridiculous, I think we should actually have this be the bigger goal today. I think we should do glasses, vest first, and then this is the highest level tiered tip, I think. That's what I think anyway. I mean, you guys could disagree, but this looks so bad. I can't believe they actually made and sold this thing.
I think it's pretty crazy that he knows it's a cheap wig and tells his viewers that it's cheap, yet still charges them $150 to wear it. The philosophy of DSP is truly unlike any other. Charging people that much amount of money to put on that cheap ass fucking wig is insane. In fact, if someone actually did send him that wig, it would be even worse, because I'm sure his intentions wasn't for him to paywall the damn thing. But as it would turn out, not even his fans would pay for it. The support for these streams were pretty low, and DSP was quick to notice. He went on numerous rants heading into March, claiming that the reason for such low support was due to him playing too many RPGs.
The graphics are great, the music is great. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I think if people are just tired of RPGs. Just being honest, I think they are. So I mean, I don't think there's a chance I could play Dragon's Dogma this month. No one's gonna watch it. People are RPG'd out. They want variety, they want action, they want combat, they want different things. It's too many of the same game at once. And I said this, 100%. I said it earlier this year that this was gonna happen. There's too much of the same fucking kind of game. And people just get tired. And I hear it. I totally hear that, you know?
Phil always likes to blame the games he's playing for the reason why he isn't raking in that much money. But really, it's just his poor ability to be a decent live streamer. No one should have to depend on the genre of games they're playing to receive donations. People should just want to support you because they think you're an alright guy. But in Phil's case, he thinks that video game premieres and day one playthroughs should automatically grant him big bucks, when plenty of other content creators can get by purely by playing one style of game. Anyway, on March 4th, Phil did another react stream on his DSP Throwback channel, reacting to an old Heavy Rain playthrough he did 14 years ago, which is a crazy thing to think about. I was 9 years old when this video came out. But moving along, what made this stream stand out from the others he did was because he was suddenly bombarded, not by memberships, but by an insane amount of viewers. Phil was quick to know that these were view bots, because no way would over 12,000 people want to watch a 40-year-old man relive his glory days.
It's funny because you guys keep telling me there's more and more viewers. It's obvious it's fake, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious this is a fake number. Someone's either view botting or they found a way to game YouTube. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a way to actually game YouTube views or something, because there's no way I have that many viewers on the stream right now. It's not legit. As you can see in the chat's not moving.
So while he didn't show much of a reaction while it was happening live, he sure had a meltdown about
Like
it
that,
the next
so
day.
just ignore
since
it.
the pig
It's
is in
just
his
bullshit.
check and
You know,
stopped
it's just
talking about
nonsense. By the way, I'm just going to start banning people now who refuse to listen to me. All right? I'm going to say it one time. Stop talking about troll activities. I'm done with it. I don't want anyone talking about it and mentioning it. You're an idiot if you do, because you're giving them the attention they want. If you don't shut the fuck up about trolling, you're part of the problem. So if I see anyone bringing up the trolling, you are going to be banned like everybody else. I've already talked about it 3 days in a row now, and people still won't stop. Like you can't control yourself. Like you're like a 5-year-old with an impulse. I can't stop talking about this thing going on over here. Fuck that thing going on over there. It's an idiot with his pants down trying to moon you in the middle of the street, and you keep talking about him. Fuck that idiot. Let that guy dance in the street with his pants down. No one cares. All right? Stop with this nonsense, because I'm trying to maintain a fucking semblance of normalcy. Trolls will be trolls. There's nothing you can do about it. Shut up about it. When you talk about it, you give them exactly what they want. Okay? Let the guy flagellate himself in the middle of the street.
So earlier in this video, we talked about the release of Tekken 8, and how Phil couldn't handle the severe ass whoopings he was receiving online. Well, after getting his ego stumped into the dirt for the last time on March 8th, Phil went on the next day to tell his viewers that he was officially going to be dropping Tekken 8. His reason for this was stating that he wasn't the problem. He just didn't have time to try to learn how to counter some of the most basic bullshit moves characters could throw out. He also stated that it's not his fault that he's bad at the game. It's the current FGC mindset of dumbing down the game so new players could have fun.
I got nothing good whatsoever out of being here late last night playing Tekken 8. Instead, all it did was piss me off, piss off the viewers, piss off my wife, and everyone was upset, right? Everyone. So why the fuck am I putting myself through that? So here's the answer. I'm not going to fucking put myself through that shit anymore, all right? I'm not. I'm sorry. Here's the modern state of fighting games, all right? Back in the day, fighting games used to take an incredible amount of discipline, muscle memory, skill. That has been completely removed from modern fighting games. I've seen it now with Street Fighter 6, and I've now seen it with Tekken 8. What's happened is they wanted to make the games accessible, which they have. The games are accessible. You can be a dunce and mash certain things and beat people and get wins. You could do it ad nauseum and get to purple in Tekken 8. You could do it and get to master in Street Fighter 6. You can do it. You pick a better character, you mash the bullshit, and you just zoop, turbo yourself into a competitive level. Now you're not going to win a tournament, but you're going to win online. And it's sad. That whole idea of it used to take time and dedication and skill and effort and knowledge and execution to be good at a fighting game has been completely removed from fighting games. Now it's, let's make it easy for everyone to just mash around and do well, and it's stupid. Game developers have lost their way with fighting games because they made them too accessible for idiots to fucking mash online and get away with stuff. Why does every character have like 2 moves that are so overpowered that they counter almost everything when mashed out, and then you have to specifically know the nuanced situation of how to defend against it, dodge it, or punish it? What is that shit? No, don't give every character an overpowered bullshit spammable fucking move. Make it hard to play, and then the game will be fun to play. So, my decision is thus. I'm done with Tekken. I'm done with it. I'm not playing it anymore. I'm not, because I've hit a wall where I don't want to invest the time needed to get better. I don't like the fact that the game is just online spam and it's abusable shit. I'm done with it. I'm not going to waste more fucking time on this game. I like the game, and I respect it. And quite frankly, I think the online connectivity in matches is better than Street Fighter 6. Not that there's less lag, but there's less dropped inputs. And again, I would rather play a game where there's less dropped inputs and lag than no lag, but half my moves drop. And I think that's where Street Fighter 6 has missed the mark, and they don't understand. Their game looks great online and plays like dog shit, while this game plays great online, but it just has more laggy moments, okay? So I'm done with it.
But to this day, this nigga is still playing Street Fighter 6. So not having the time to grind and learn Tekken isn't that great of an excuse. It just shows that he's afraid of adapting and would rather stick to things he already knows. Also, saying that people can just mash their way to high ranks in Tekken isn't a great excuse either, because can't he just do the same thing? Let's not forget, this dude was playing characters like King and Yoshimitsu, and I love King to death, but he has been tuned up like a motherfucker in this game. He's an easier win as you're ever gonna get, unless you're playing drag, but that's beside the point. On March 15, Phil went on his pre-stream to further complain about the low support his Final Fantasy VII streams were getting. And in typical Phil fashion, he doesn't put the blame on himself. He instead puts the blame on other top streamers who only play popular video games for money.
You guys have sadly been desensitized to streaming. You now think that every streamer should just play a hot new game for 2 streams and move on. And the reason that you believe that is because that's what the top streamers do, because they're all fickle. Because the reason that they're sitting here in front of you isn't to put out an entertaining broadcast, it's to print money. And because of that formula, everyone just believes that's the status quo. Okay? It's not. It's not how it's supposed to be. All right? People who actually care about games will fucking play them till completion. They don't just play a game when it's hot for 2 fucking streams and then drop it on its fucking head. But it seems like that's what's going on with tons of these people these days. They get a game because it's free. The publisher gives it to them for free so they can play it and not have to worry about money investment, right? They only play it for 2-3 streams while it's popular. And, oh, fuck that. I'm not playing it any further. They never see the end of a game. That's not who I am. That's never who I've been. I don't follow those trends. I don't do what it takes to become popular. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. It's not me. And it's never going to be me. I'm not going to change who I am to follow the trends of what the top streamers do just because they can get away with it because they're so popular. And it's sad.
Yet this is the same nigga who would drop an entire video game playthrough if it's not making him enough money. This dude is insane. And to further prove how much he lacks self-awareness, later in this very same pre-stream, he announced that if support completely dies down after 4 hours of any lengthy RPG, he's just completely done with the entire genre as a whole.
Here's the deal. No matter which game I play, please only give me your opinion if you're going to be here and commit to watching the playthrough. Now, I just want to see the first early stages of it for 4 hours and I'm never coming back. Because if I buy a lengthy RPG and I play it for 4 hours and the interest drops off, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to stop playing RPGs. I'm going to repeat that for all of you. If I buy an RPG, because you guys say you want it, and I play the first 4 hours of it and it does okay, and then after that, no one comes back, engages, or supports those playthroughs, I'm going to stop playing RPGs entirely. I will just drop them because I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to have months of my streams inundated with 100-hour games that people really only wanted to see 4 hours of, and then we're never going to come back for. Because that's what's happened with these playthroughs now.
Gaze upon it, my brothers. This is what a true and honest streamer looks like. I don't care if you're enjoying the playthrough or not. If it's not bringing in the money, then it's going into the fucking dumpster. Who wouldn't want to give money to a man who's so grateful to his audience? On March 24th, Phil did yet another react stream to his old Heavy Rain playthrough. But on this one, Phil told a little joke that he believed gave him the evidence to claim that he wasn't racist, and directly called out Stuttering Craig.
And now they were taking away another one, you understand?
For adoption.
Here it comes.
Or were they just selling them on the black market?
Lost your family.
So now hold on a second here. Now I've got the evidence. I've had enough. Contact Stuttering Craig, that motherfucker, right? Who a year ago during his interview was trying to tell me that I was making a racist joke during a playthrough that I made. I literally just made the same exact joke about children on the black market in 2010, and that was 12 years prior. It's the same joke. It has nothing to do with racism. Stuttering Craig is just a fucking asshole, all right? He fucking had to pick that shit and try to pull a race card on me during an interview when it had nothing to do with reality. It's literally the same fucking joke 12 years before. I just reiterated it in a modern playthrough, and everyone said, oh, in 2022, you can't say that anymore. Well, there you go. 100% evidence, and it's with a white child, not a black child. It's the same fucking joke that I made. All right? So there you go. There's your fucking evidence. I've had enough of that bullshit.
Correctness, but I think there is a big difference between slave trade and black market, especially when slave trade was in reference to a little black girl. But I digress. I think it's pretty funny that the Side Scrollers podcast still lives rent-free in Phil's head after all this time. This man had to literally hide behind a joke he made 14 years ago to one-up somebody and act like he made a point. When Phil sees black guys in video games, he will let you know how he feels about it, whether it's making a tasteless joke or doing that weird finger-biting thing he does. But at the end of the day, both of the jokes he made, whether racist or not, are terrible and unfunny. And now we move on to the final story for this video. Remember back in January how Phil had this whole meltdown about comparing his life to Like a Dragon? Well, get ready, because we are coming full circle, baby, as Phil proceeds to double down on this comparison that makes no sense whatsoever. March 29th was the finale for this game, and to wrap this all up, Phil had to go on this cringy ass rant one more time.
And all the fucking garbage people of the world can laugh and make memes. This game 100% was parallel with my life, with the amount of people who just sit there online saying awful things about me, trying to ruin my life, trying to ruin everything that I do, right? For what? For what, really? Right? All the shit that's made up. The whole Tatara channel with him and for me. You know what I mean? And here we are at the end, and I kind of felt that's what the ending was going to be, infinite wealth, because they don't get rich during the game. But what it is, they build these friendships, they care about each other, and at the end of the day, they feel like they're the richest people in Japan because of what they have. Well, no one else understands that, right? The same thing with me. I'm never going to be filthy rich, but I've got a great life that I have with my family. I've got an awesome stream that I get to do with you guys every single day. And I'm happy. You know what I mean? I mean, things aren't perfect, but I'm happy. And that's what a lot of people on the internet who just want to make fun of me all day will never understand. It doesn't matter what they say or do. Look at this. Look at the screen right now. Look at the subtitle. Like, this song is like word for word applies to me. I'm just happy with what I have. That's where my true wealth comes from. Not from money, not from internet popularity or fame, but from having things in my life that I love and appreciate and knowing that there's people who love and appreciate me. That's where true wealth comes from in life, right? It's not about being at the top. It's not about doing the things that make you internet famous, popular, or wealthy. It's not about 10 years of failure. No, I'm way more wealthy right now in my life than I ever was in the last decade. You understand? But that's what people like them will never understand. They don't get it because they're losers. They just sit there and they arbitrarily judge their own lives based off of wealth and internet fame and popularity. And they look at someone like me and they say someone who's just been made fun of so much that they think, wow, that guy's just, he's a loser, he's a lolcow. No, don't you understand? If you have to get popular by bringing other people's down, you're scum. I'm better than you, and there's nothing you can ever do about it. I'm never going to go away. I will always be around while people like that fail and falter and have these giant fucking controversies and things. I'm still going to be here. So hilarious to me that so many people, you know, on this in the internet right now, they're working on it. Let's work on ways to make fun of Phil. Let's work on things that will expose his faults over the years. Let's work on this and that. It's all waste of time. It's all fruitless. It's all trash endeavors that don't mean anything. I will always be happy while those people will be fucking miserable because they have to make others look bad to get ahead. They have nothing positive to offer this world. And I do. And I'm happy for that. Okay?
This nigga is something else, dog. I have never seen such a successful man cry broke and plead for money the way he does. This is the pay my taxes guy. This is the $2,000 cat reveal guy. Everything he's done since he hopped on the internet has been primarily influenced by money. He never goes outside. The only human interaction he has outside of the internet is his wife who barely gives a fuck about him. The only people on the internet who truly love and appreciate Phil are people who can't go outside without some kind of chaperone. Another thing that really annoys me is that he keeps using the word family like he's in some Fast and Furious movie, when the only thing he has is a wife and a cat. And the last time I checked, animals are considered pets, not family members. Like a Dragon has no direct parallels to his life, no matter how much he tries to look for this deeper meaning. And it's very sad and cringy that he's trying so hard to find some sort of comparison that would make it seem like his legacy on the internet is this grand tale of never backing down. That this 41-year-old man has to latch on to fictional characters to feel important about himself. It really says a lot about how he truly sees his streaming career, and most importantly, his self-worth. Alright guys, that'll do it for this recap. Typically the people who stick this far are probably wanting to know what I have in store next. Well, for those of you who are waiting for something to come to the second channel, the wait is over. Blast and I have returned with an all new blind playthrough of Palworld, and we're having a great time trying to figure out how this game works. You also get a chance to see just how well he and I get along, even in tough situations.
About time you did some goddamn work, bro. Shit.
Man, suck my dick, bitch. Now that I have officially moved, expect a lot more videos and streams going forward. Until then, I'll be seeing y'all real soon. Alright brothers, I'm out of here.